Welcome to my new lettering series for beginners. We are going to go through the entire alphabet A through Z. In this video, we will be starting with the letter A. You can see we will draw each letter in 3 foundational styles: a sans serif, a serif, and a script. To follow along with this series, you will need either a paper and pencil. I will be doing it on my iPad, so I have my iPad, Procreate app, and an Apple Pencil. And then this worksheet here you can get free on the blog, so go down to the comments, grab either the PDF version if you would like to print it, or the Procreate file if you would like to follow along in Procreate, and we'll get started. If you are not new to my lettering, you know that I am known for my playful styles. I often like to break rules, but I do know the foundations of basic letters, and I think those are important for then breaking the rules and making more playful letter forms. So in this series, we are going to be focusing, like I said, on the more core foundational styles. And instead of doing a mono weight, so all one weight, we are going to do where our downstrokes are more weighted, because that's slightly more up leveled, but still super beginner friendly. And I think something that is a little harder to understand. So that is what we'll be working with. I'm going to try to keep each of these videos, especially after we get through letter A, to 5 minutes or less. All right, so you can see I have grid lines for you here. You have your worksheet. I have it locked. If you need to unlock it for any reason, you can just click unlock. And so you're gonna start your practice here, but we're actually gonna add multiple layers. You just need any kind of monoline brush, and I'm gonna use a dark color. All right, so anytime you were drawing a letter, you're going to start with the skeleton frame, then you're going to add weight, and then optionally you're going to add serifs, and then you're going to fill your letter and refine it. And it's really quite as simple as that. So this bottom of our grid is called the baseline. This is the mean line, which is the middle. This is the X height. So basically, if you have a capital letter, it is where your X literally would be, and most of your other letters. And then you have your cap height here. So that's the top of our capital letters. And then additionally, it doesn't apply to this letter, but usually you have an ascender line a little bit higher and then a descender line. So that would be for certain letters that extend past our basic grid. And we'll talk about those kind of letters when we get to them. So to start, you're just gonna draw, you can trace mine even, your letter A. Now, if you're working in Procreate, you have the added benefit of being able to hold down your pencil and make a perfectly straight line. If you were drawing on paper, you can just wing it. You can use a pencil, anything you like. Now, optically, it usually looks best if the crossbar, this is the crossbar of your letter A, is below the mean line. I have mine quite low on this one. Where you place it can change the look of your letter dramatically. So you can either trace mine or go with a slightly bigger one. So now what I usually do is I will copy that layer, and I'm going to turn on snapping and magnetic so it stays nicely on my line. And then I'm going to reduce the opacity, and I'm going to start adding weight on a new layer. So what that usually looks like is our upstrokes are thinner than our downstrokes. So I've got directional arrows here for you, and those come into play especially when you are doing script letters and calligraphy, or even just these basic weighted letters. So again, I'm gonna draw just a little bit of even weight on each side. And then on this one, I'm gonna make it a bit thicker. So I'm just gonna eyeball it. I still like my lettering to look hand-drawn and somewhat imperfect. And then draw the top of your letter. And then optically speaking, your crossbar, anything that goes this direction. So if we have our upstrokes, our downstrokes, and then we have kind of cross strokes, these are going to be thinner since they're not an upstroke or a downstroke. So I'm just going to eyeball getting it about the same as this stroke. And again, those are decisions and rules you can break when you get into creating more playful styles as well. All right, so if you were just doing a sans serif letter, you would be finished right here. You could fill your color in Procreate. You can just drag and drop and then click continue filling, and you've got this nice looking A. Now, if you want to add serifs, it's quite easy. We're just going to add some feet to our letter. Now, this is also where it gets a little tricky, not tricky, but you can make some decisions, right? So if we duplicate this move it over. An A can have a serif up here, or it can have just the bottom. So it just depends on what you're going for, what fits into your overall lettering piece. For today's purposes, we're just gonna draw a serif at the bottom. So I just start with a straight line. And there are also so many different serif styles. I have another series already on my YouTube on serifs, if you wanna check that out in the different styles. I'm gonna be using the same basic serif style for this whole series. So we've got those straight lines, and then we just come up a little and then connect it. So this is called a bracketed serif. And then again, I can just drag and drop my color. And again, you could be super precise about having these the same. I like to eyeball it and keep it more playful and hand-drawn looking. And again, just fill it. And now you've got your serif letter. The terminology of the letter A, I'm doing a full blog post too. Letters have an anatomy. So like this is the stem, this is the crossbar, there's a counter space. Those kind of things I am putting in a blog post. And if you want to really geek out, nerd out on the letters, like I like to, you can read about all the different parts of the letter. So that will be in the caption as well. All right. So one thing I do want to mention is we have a flat top on our letter A. If you have a pointy top letter A, you do want it to extend a bit above the cap height and go into that ascender line, and that's what's gonna make it look more balanced. So there's your pro tip for this letter. All right, so let's move on to our script letter. Again, these can be drawn so many different ways. We're gonna keep it really simple. It's a high contrast letter, so that means our thin strokes are gonna be really thin and our thick strokes are gonna be quite thick by contrast. So if you wanna start by, again, tracing mine or getting somewhere close, and then whether I am working on paper or iPad, I do like to turn my page. So I did a wavy crossbar on this one. And again, you could bring it over and trace it again, or you can just work with your original letter. I like to do that a lot of the time. And then you're just gonna thicken your downstroke. So my upstroke will stay just the same. And then I'm just gonna thicken my downstrokes. And again, I like to, and I'm going quite quick here. So in real time, I would take a little more time to refine everything. But this is also, when you're drawing a script letter, it's really kind of like you're doing a faux calligraphy style. So then I would usually take some time to refine it, make it look a little more neat, make sure my line widths are consistent. But that is the basic method of drawing a script letter. And again, you could thicken your upstrokes as well. However, when you are doing a script style or a calligraphic style, you want your downstrokes to be thicker by contrast. So for the purposes of keeping this beginner friendly, we're just gonna go with super thin upstrokes and thicker downstrokes. All right, so we have two kinds of a letter A. So you would say this is a traditional letter A. This is called a single story letter A, and that's called a double story letter A. And I've seen some blogs also call it a one story and two story. I've always learned when I was in design school as a single story and double story. So that's what I call it. So for the two story letter A, how I like to start is with a straight line. And then I'll kind of come up and go what's called kind of the shoulder and the arc of the letter up here. And this one does extend a little over the X height line. And then for this part, it's kind of a funky shape, but there's two things you want. You want this part of the A, which is called the bowl. You want that to be out a little farther than the top of this. And you want this kind of nice triangle shape down here. So then the process is the same. So I am going to, whoops, I'm on two different layers here. I am going to quickly cut and paste that onto its own layer. So with this style, I do like to duplicate it, bring it over, reduce my opacity, and then add a new layer. And then again, remember, we want thinner upstrokes, thicker downstrokes. So we're gonna add some contrast to that. So I am going to just kind of eyeball. You can two finger tap to undo. I'll trace my first line. And then this part's gonna be thinner by contrast. And you may need to grab your eraser and kind of adjust it so that it fits more nicely. You can cap that off. You can draw a teardrop shape, which is more common if you're doing the serif version. So again, I'm just gonna trace that. And then this part here and here are gonna be thinner than the bowl part. The bowl part wants to be pretty much the same thickness as this. So again, I just tend to eyeball it. And then after you add color, it's a little easier to refine it. All right, so something like that. And then I like to go in and refine it. And if you really want to get nitpicky, I will add a new layer, grab a different color, draw a dot, and then use that dot to see if I'm about the same width. So just to see if I'm eyeballing it correctly. Nothing is ever perfectly, or rarely are things perfectly mathematical. In lettering, a lot of times you are going off optics and what looks best. So again, I would refine that a lot more if I were working in real time, but I don't want to bore you. So for now, I'm just going to drag it over and we'll add the serifs. So you can do, again, several different serifs for a letter A. I'm gonna reduce the opacity again and make a new layer. For this one, we're gonna add more of a tail style. Whoops, I'm gonna come back to a small size. And so down here, this is called the tail. I'm just gonna kind of come to a subtle point. And then at the top, I'm gonna do a teardrop terminal. So I'm gonna make it kind of a teardrop shape and then bring that back around and erase out any elements I need to. And then I can fill my color. And again, you can refine your lines, spend a little bit more time on it if you're working in real time. And then I'll just kind of draw my other shape like that. And again, in real time, I'll spend a lot more time refining and kind of checking that it looks nice. And then again, your two checkpoints are that this part extends out further than this part, and then you come a little over the top here. There's a little bit of overshoot on some letters below the lines that just helps it look more balanced, and that is mostly with letters that are rounded. The A for script is, I did the single story A. It's quite simple. You are going to draw a line with a hook at the end because we're doing a script, so it would connect to the next letter. And then just draw, you could either do a full circle or partial circle like I have here. And then again, you're just gonna thicken the downstroke. So if you need to look at the arrows, we'll come basically right on our line. And if you do calligraphy or brush calligraphy, just think about how your transitions would look if you were working with a real brush pen and how smooth they would be, where that curve would kind of start. So that's what I think about. If you are not familiar with calligraphy, then just follow the arrows and my guidelines and you will get the same result. So again, I'm just gonna thicken my downstroke, leave my upstroke the same, and just kind of eyeball that I'm getting kind of that same thickness. And then again, I'm not going mathematically, I'm thinking more about creating balance visually and what looks best. So again, I would play with that more, but those are the basic steps for getting those three styles. Today's video is a little longer because I'm teaching some core basics. As we get into letter B later in the week and then all the other letters, I'll try to move a little faster so it's not too boring for you because the same basic steps are going to apply, but there's little finicky things about every single letter of the alphabet that we will cover, and then also a few level up tips. So be sure to read the full blog post and the anatomy to get more into it. I hope you enjoy this, and I will see you in the next video for letter B.